Everyone, welcome to Whack Comics. I'm here with my co-host, as always, Tyler. How you going, man?
Oh my gosh, yes!
This is amazing. I just want everyone to know this wouldn't happen on anyone else's stream.
No, it would not. Oh my god, it would be frowned upon by most people.
Only the best content over here.
Hey, we go live.
Oh, wow.
And earthquakes happen.
No, you're not.
Oh shit.
Oh, well, it's about that time of the show, right?
Oh, must be. Hey, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm always ready.
Hello everyone, welcome to Whack Comics. I'm not here with my co-host as always. I'm here with Miracle Man stepping in. How you going, Miracle Man?
I'm doing fantastic, Whack. Thanks for having me on the show tonight.
No worries, man. We're doing a special creator interview. We've got Duncan Cunningham from Killer Comics. We're talking about Crucifix Executioner on Kickstarter, Volume 2 on Kickstarter right now. Hey, how's it going, man?
G'day, how are you? Happy to be here.
Awesome. Yeah, so we had the privilege of reading Volume 1, and it was a really awesome read. So people can back Volume 2 now, and they can also get Volume 1 as they're back in Volume 2, right?
Yep, Volume 1, Volume 2, and single issues if you prefer.
I'm going to drop the link in the chat for the Kickstarter. So there you go. People can see it and go and do the things. But yeah, tell me before we get into how the idea for this come about.
Well, Crucifix Executioner, yeah, come about like I was reading a lot of violent crimes in the paper and all that, and I was wondering, wouldn't it be good if you could come up with a character of such that could try and get there and prevent these crimes? So I come up with Psychic. So he had this psychic ability, so he could go around and sense evil presence and bad guys and all that. And they'd go around and slay the wicked, obviously. But he was a bit more of as you've read the first comic, he's a bit more of a laid-back character until he gets that brain injury. Don't want to spoil too much for that part, but yeah, then he goes a bit haywire and goes around dealing with corrupt coppers and detectives and everyone bad and sleazy in the town.
Nice. And so you've got your partner, the artist. Where did you meet him?
Just put up a ad that we were chasing down a new artist, and they applied and got in, and we liked his artwork for his style for this type of comic book. We thought it had a good realism to it, and it fit quite nicely for Volume 2. Volume 1 was a bit different sort of an artwork, but Volume 2 is more like the serious sort of a tone. That was Hashio. He's an artist from India.
Oh, nice. You gotta love the internet, right? Brings
everyone together, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I was saying backstage before the show, Volume 1 here has an art style look to it that's very reminiscent, for those of you who know who I'm talking about, of Guy Davis, who did the Sandman Mystery Theater series in the 90s. And I really enjoyed the style. I thought that was a really good choice, a really nice look to the book.
Yeah, had that sort of grindhouse effect to it. That's what we were going for in the Volume 1. Sort of like it's more like scattered, nice, bit more messy sort of artwork. And then we wanted to try and use the artwork to come out and then go into a more realism sort of an art, because issue 5 is done by Igor, and then his artwork goes into Horacio's. If you can pick it up when you're reading, I'm not sure if that's only us that we notice that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sorry, Lee.
No, I didn't.
Oh, so can I ask you? Is if you don't mind, what is this your first? Were these books kind of your first foray into comics? What else have you done? Anything in the comics world prior to this?
Oh, nothing in the comics world. No, I was more into filmmaking and making like horror action movies. Sort of got into that, but as making a film costs a hell of a lot of money, and couldn't really get my dark vision over. So I jumped over to the comic books, and then with that first volume, I was keeping it like independent sort of. It was based on our independent film script. So we're going through there. Then we realized, hey, we're doing comic books. We can do whatever we want. So that's when volume 2 starts to go a bit more haywire, because we can have bikies, like hundreds of them. We can have animals. We can have, you name it. If you can draw it, you can put it in a comic book. So that's where we realized. But yeah, just my basis was filmmaking. Always was into comic books as a child, growing up, reading them all, and drawing pictures and monsters and all that. And here we are today with Killer Comics.
Yeah, that's really cool. There's a kind of a famous social media cartoon that goes around, and it's got an artist and a writer sitting at a Comic-Con, and they ask the writer, why did you choose to make this project as a comic book? And the artist goes on this long rant about how it's so much better to do than film, because in film, every spaceship costs you extra money, but in a comic you can just cram everything you want in there. It doesn't matter how much detail you put in, it costs the same amount of money. And the very next panel is the artist getting up and punching the writer right in the face. But absolutely, a lot of people have talked about going into different medium to tell these stories that they'd like to do in film, but just like you said, particularly when it's independent, it can be quite cost prohibitive to do some of these things.
Exactly. Yes.
How'd you get into comic books yourself?
Oh, I had a couple of mates that were doing comic books at the time, and I used to go to a lot of those Comic-Cons, Supernova, they're called over here. And I had the epiphany when I was talking to him, and I said, "Oh, do you do all the artwork yourself?" Because I had it in my head that you had to draw it all yourself and put it together. And he goes, "Oh no, I've got hire artists." You can hire artists? Oh, okay. That's when I had the epiphany moment, and then I go, "Okay, we're going into comic books." So then we got in, and then I put an ad up and had an artist apply, and here we are today, volume 2 later. So that was the what's it called? The moment.
Did you do the first volume on Kickstarter as well?
No.
No.
Originally we did, but I just went all out, and I said we just got to get this story told. So I thought we went out and I did issues 1 to 12 or 3 volumes straight up, without actually going to Kickstarter first. But then I put it out, I think it was last year or the year before, and we had a failed attempt on it, but obviously learning curve. So then come back and got a better team a marketing team together. So we got it on and get it out there. And with Darren Close, he's helping. He's the Killaroo guy. So he jumped on board and given us some good pointers, and Volume 2 looks like it's well ahead to get funded very shortly.
Yeah, I was just looking at it a couple of minutes ago. I don't now. Of course, I don't have it up to say it, but it looks like it's really, really close. I think you're about $700 away. So very, very close. 30 days ago yet. I'd be shocked if this didn't get over the goal line.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
So this here is the video on the Kickstarter, right?
Yeah.
Listen, I just have to say I appreciate that in this Australian comic there were people on badass motorcycles and wrestling Crocs. I love both of those things.
There's Gibbons,
Oh, nice.
Cannibal Biker.
Brutal.
That's
I
great.
love how brutal it is. But yeah, we're coming up to the goal. No, it's 33 days to go.
Nearly there. I'm pretty sure we'll get there.
Yeah. And let's have a look at some of your what do you call them? Backer options, yeah, like your rewards and some of the stuff you get.
They're all the different covers you can order. Sexy, bloody, nude, and naked cover. Nude virgin variant.
Only 10 copies as well. They're pretty limited copies, these last ones.
Yeah, Barney Limited.
This is some of the interior.
Well, you know, my personal motto is if there's a new cover, that's the one you always buy. So that's excellent.
It is. Looks nice on the old display stands.
Absolutely. I mean, really, it's it's about the quality of the writing, but it's also about the volume of boobies on the cover, and you really can't say anything negative about that.
There's the issue 1 for free. If anyone wants to read that one, it's on there. And this Kickstarter, we're giving it away for free to have a read to get you give you a little taste of Crucifix Executioner issue 1.
Nice. There you go. Everyone needs to jump on that. Have a taste.
Yeah, once you have the taste, you want more. There's the lads.
Supernova.
It's Aaron Cassidy and myself at Supernova Comic-Con. I think that was Brisbane. Just there having a good time. We usually set a guy up to scare people walking past. They think he's a dummy. Sometimes he could be a dummy, but he jumps out and does all the scary stuff.
Oh, that's great.
Here we go. Here's some of the rewards.
Digital Trade Volume 2, $10. Digital Trade Volume 1, $20. Digital Combo, $25.
Oh, here we go. Starting to get some
nudie.
I don't know how I can show you that.
Should be okay. Should be okay. YouTube. That's art. It's not a naked person. That is art.
Yeah, it is.
Don't want to get bumped off. But if you want to have a look at that, just jump onto the Kickstarter yourself and have a look.
Yeah. Oh, we get some T-shirts as well. Right.
Very nice.
Combos and then the Killer Collection there. That's everything up to date. And the comic book Kilnowski about the hillbillies.
Nice.
Sort of like a prequel issue.
Oh, very nice.
And you can get a commission done by Igor. He can draw you whatever you like.
So to recap, just to make sure I got this right, this is a book that has cannibal bikers, some nudity, people, at least one person wrestling a crocodile, and it takes place in Australia.
Yep, in Walston City, sort of what is it like? Sort of like Gotham, but in Australia. Yeah, so it's our Walston.
Oh, right. Okay.
So yeah, pretty much everything goes on in there.
I mean, really, you kind of just said everything that's cool on Earth is in this comic.
Yeah, pretty much.
Naked ladies, croc wrestling, cannibals, bikers, Australia. I don't know if you can tell from my accent, but I'm not Australian. In my mind, everything in Australia is terrifying and awesome at the same time. So this is a no-brainer for me.
It's all in there. I love the old saltwater crocs. One of my favorite reptiles. We've got to put them in there. Represent.
Do you guys all wrestle crocodiles? I mean, like, is it just like you graduate high school, you wrestle a croc? Like, is it like gym class? Yeah. Like, okay, thank you, because that's what I thought.
Yep.
So we got some awesome stretch goals here as well. I love stretch goals. Stretch goals are my favorite.
Oh, there's the stretch goals, yeah.
Yeah,
we can-
I love getting that extra swag, and I've got to figure out what to do with most of it because I've got a sack full of it that I don't exactly know what to do with. But it's so cool to get.
There's the Bjorn Barnes print set there.
Oh, nice.
He's on the cover of Spawn lately. He's done a few covers for the Spawn to McFarlane. So
nice.
if you like his artwork, we've got his artwork on here. He did what's this issue 6 cover, which is the guy eating the eyeball in this issue, and then he did volume 1, issue 1. Sorry, a couple of those other prints in issue 5, and the steel one there with just the guy holding a franger there. He's that's in the next lot, but you can get these prints in this one if you like prints. That's the way to go.
Nice.
Single issues. A lot of single issues there. You got issues 1 to 8 there. Various of different covers. Nick Percival's issue 1 cover on there. But we've got selected different covers, so that's just to give you an idea what cover work we've had.
Won't lie, I'm very interested in the cover to issue 8. That's one that's on my list there.
This is the team. That's you. That's you.
Oh, there I am. There you are, the big fella.
And this is your writer as well.
Yeah, Aaron Cassidy. He was another filmmaker that we teamed up with. So he's on there. There's Bjorn.
The cover on Spawn. That's awesome.
There he is. Hasho.
Nice.
Colorist. Armando. And Mike Myers, the letterer. And there he is, Darren.
I've seen that guy before. I think Ignacio has seen him before too. But yeah, there we go. This is go back up to the top.
82% fun.
And yeah, everyone, please go and back the Kickstarter. I'll drop the link in the comments again, but it's also in the description below for anyone that's catching the rewind or anything. Oh, we've got some peeps from Twitch joining us too. Sure. Do you take what can we offer them for money? Damn it, I don't know. We'll think of something. We'll come back to you.
I actually know Micah. I believe I forget when I first started following him, but I follow him on Twitter. I think he made a really cool button at one point in time that I got from him, if I remember correctly. I'll have to double check, see if that's who I'm thinking of. But Micah, your letterer, he's worked on projects for pretty much every big publisher, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I think he's working on a few of them now. I think Youth might be one of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think maybe not DC Marvel, but like Image, Dark Horse, and Mad Cave at the very least. So some of the big names.
Yeah, he's been around for a little bit, getting in there. It's his own sort of art form that he does, lettering, and he's quite good at it too. So it's a bonus to get him to come on for volume 2.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's one of the most unsung parts of comic creation is the lettering. A good letterer can really make the difference between an enjoyable experience and a great experience. With a comic.
Absolutely.
So, definitely people don't get enough attention. I'll say that.
Yeah, you need good lettering.
Right, like I tried lettering one time, and just forget about it. I just don't have the hand for it. It looked like a spastic idiot trying to do it. But so when you have somebody who's really good at it, it does stand out. Was your artist also the colorist on the book?
No, he wasn't. He was Armando Jr. He's the colorist. He's colored issue 5 to 12 for us so far, and a few other things. A lot of the promo, and that's all Armando. So yeah, we just kept him on board because it was a massive job for the artist be doing the drawing, the inking, and the coloring. don't get me wrong, he wanted to do it, but I just said, oh no, we got this guy that's already doing it for us, so come on board and just do that, and I'll just let you concentrate on the artwork. And he's got like over 100 pages done. Or trying to add that up. Yeah, it's like 300 pages all up of story. So the story will get finished. So don't be alarmed if the Kickstarter doesn't get out there. Volume 3 is on the way. It will be finished, the story. Volume 1, if you don't like reading comics, it will be in a motion comic form also. So I fully motioned the first volume for non-comic readers so they can watch it and enjoy a comic that way.
That's awesome. Where will that be available for people?
You can get it during this Kickstarter. We'll hand out a private link, but we're seeing how it goes in the film festival circuit to see if we can get in. So you get a private sneak peek of the whole Volume 1 film in this Kickstarter. We'll give you a link, and you can check that out. But we're hoping to get into a few film festivals as we tested the waters with Volume, with a teaser sort of thing from pages 1 to 11. We entered that into a few film festivals. It got into the Chicago Horror Film Festival, so that was pretty good, and several other ones as well. So it seemed to have people seem to have liked it. So I said, oh, what the hell, I'll do the lot and we'll get the lot done and see how that goes.
Nice. That's very cool. You know, that's one of the things that I think really helps draw people into comics in general, is people, you know, looking at new and unique ways. And not that motion comics haven't been done, but, you know, they don't get done a whole lot. And, you know, every type of new avenue to get people into reading comics is always a good thing. You know, like they say, a rising tide lifts all boats. So any new reader in comics is a good thing. And those motion comics definitely help, in my opinion.
Yeah, and we left the speech bubbles in there too, so if you want to watch it without sound, you can just read along with it as well as it moves. Give you that little extra if you're on the train, you can watch the motion comic and go through. So, well, hopefully that goes all right. We did a Kickstarter for that sort of thing to finish it off, just get because it's a lot of voice acting, visual effects, motion, everything to put it all together and get it out there. It was a team from around the world and actors from around the world as well, all come together to voice the characters. I did several myself, and the writer did a couple, but the actors did the majority of the rest.
That's got to be a good feeling, pulling like a lot of people together from all around the world to work on this singular project that you have in mind. You know, like
it's a bit different working with people all around the world, because I'm used to, like, when you're filming on set or something, you've got them all there. But with this approach, you got to get them to do all their takes. Then you got to listen to them and go, okay, could you maybe try this and do this take? Sometimes you can Skype with them as well and jump on board, and that way you can communicate. But yeah, technology, wow. It's helped us out. I don't think I'd be in this position now without all the technology, meeting all the people from around the globe to make this killer comics and motion comics come. Would be very difficult.
Yeah, I agree. It's just opened up so many, just like the community that you can find on the internet, especially the comic book community. You always find so many people willing to help out, you know, like wanting to get involved, get creative.
Yeah, they love it, and they like it. A lot of artists love what I give them too. Like, because then I don't think I say, free up, it's an R-rated comic book, man. Go for your life. Make it as gory, as bloody as you possibly can. No, Igor, he's on board with us all the time, so he's keen to draw, and he loves drawing what I tell him to. Yeah, why don't you draw this crocodile eating this guy? He'll go above and beyond and get that drawn for me.
Oh, very cool. Well, you know, you said that right there. You know, it's easy. It's great to find people on the internet for the comic book community. People are always wanting to make comics because, you know, let's be honest. If you're making comics to be, you know, to retire comfortably, you're probably in the wrong gig. You know, so comic creators are generally people who just love to make them.
You just love to make get your story, get your dark vision out there. Otherwise, like, what else are you going to do? Just pondering, just keep it to yourself? Nah, you want to get it out there. Got to get it finished any way possible, and hopefully you get people that enjoy it as well along the way. And then you can keep going. But yeah. if you don't love it, you wouldn't do it. That's for damn sure.
All right. Right. Like it's not a job where you're sitting in a cubicle. Most of us will do a job like that just to put food on the table, or maybe a job that you hate doing that's breaking your back. But nobody makes comics and is like, man, God, I hate what I'm doing. I don't want to do this anymore. That never happens. Because it's going to kick your ass the whole time you're making them.
Oh yeah.
So you got to love it.
You can't make a living on it yet. Well, I'm a full-time shift worker as well, so that's where I'm. Comics is sort of this side gig too, so you just got to do that when you can.
Right.
Do you find it hard trying to balance time to make comics and?
Yeah, it's very difficult. Yeah, because I'm also a family man as well, so I've got 3 kids and that, and juggling it all around together. But I try and make it work. It's just called fatigue management. But yeah. But it's good with a lot of the people that you work from. Usually when they're like if working late at night and that, they're usually up, so you can get a page and I can assess it right then and there and go, okay, that's cool. Can you do such and such? And different time barriers. Like, what's the time in the States? Yeah, okay, cool. It's only morning here.
Yeah, time zones are definitely a whole nother ball game to figure out. And I know it's like my co-host is in America, and most of the other people that we get on our channel and stuff as well are in America or in a different country, So it's always fun when there's a third time zone you got to add to try and work it all out. Well, if it's 8 a.m. for me, it's 6 p.m. for you, and it'll be 3 p.m. for you, I think.
Yeah, try and get on the phone and see what's the time frame around here. But yeah, it's also, you got to try and work that out too when you're trying to post something on social media as well, to see who's going to be awake, because the majority of our fans and backers are all from the United States. So you got to try and work out when they're awake and be able to have a look at it. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, we're slowly coming up to the half hour, so we might slowly start to wrap it up. But before we do, you've been talking about your movies and stuff. Have you got any out that people can find and watch?
Oh, our feature films on Amazon Prime. So that's Foresight Killer Instinct. If you want to check it out on Amazon Prime, it's sort of got similar sort of characters as the comic book Crucifix Executioner. He's in there. That's where all the ideas stretch from. So we just realized we could take it from there. Yeah, so Foresight Killer Instinct on Amazon Prime, and Volume 2 is on Kickstarter.
Awesome. I'll definitely checking that out on Amazon Prime. Didn't realize it was so accessible. That's awesome. Yeah,
just write my name in there. If you can't find the title, it'll pop up, and then it's Ozploitation.
Yeah, perfect. And are you out on the socials? Anywhere people can find you, follow you?
Yeah, at Killer Comics on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Killer Comics. That's where you can find us. And yeah, the not sure what it is, official Killer Comics on YouTube, I think, but majority of the stuff you find us on social media at Killer Comics. And if you just want to tweet, on my Twitter is at Killer Comics DJC.
Awesome. Well, thanks heaps again for coming on and talking to us about Crucifix Executioner. I hope that Volume 2 gets back. It's not far off, so I'd be surprised if it doesn't. And got Volume 3 to look forward to as well.
No worries. Thank you very much. And just remember, the wicked must be slain.
Man, it's always great to have a tagline. Yeah, thanks so much. Thanks so much for joining us tonight, Duncan. It was great to meet you and to talk to you and hear a little bit more about the book.
All right, thanks very much for having me on.
Thanks everyone that's watched in the chat. Anyone that's watched on the replay, thanks heaps, Miracle Man, for stepping in for Tyler.
My pleasure.
And we'll see everyone next time.